What's up, YouTube? This your boy, bigboyfactsjonnytv, and tonight I'll go over my WWE NXT review and highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live. Go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights that's up on the channel. Follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. Now let's go over NXT. Now NXT, I must say it was a pretty good show for what it was. That's all I gotta say. The October 11th episode of WWE NXT will feature an action-packed card. Three teams will clash in a no more contenders match for the NXT Tag Team Champions. Plus, Nathan Frazier will face Axum in the finale of their best of three series, which will also be a qualifying match for the NXT North American Championship bout at NXT Halloween Havoc. Elsewhere on the show, NXT champion Brownbreaker will compete in non-title action. Okay, so we get a non-title match. Brownbreaker versus Javier Bernal. This was a quick match. JD McDonough comes to ringside and joins the commentary team. Brownbreaker slams Bernal to the mat and overpowers him. The champion controls the action and grounds Bernal. He drops his opponent with a clothesline and tosses him with a belly-to-belly suplex. Bernal rallies, but Brownbreaker quickly takes control again. He floors Bernal and plants him with a gorilla press slam for the win. The winner of the match, Brownbreaker. This was a quick match. JD McDonough and Dragono confront Breaker after the match. They brawl and JD McDonough leaves the ring after Dragono drops Breaker with a headbutt that was seemingly meant for JD. Okay. Dragono grabs the title and stands over Braun Breaker. Alba Fyre discusses her feud with Toxic Attraction and says she has a title match with Mandy Rose at Halloween Havoc. Alright, so we get the North American Championship qualifier. Axum versus Nathan Frazier. This was a, pretty good match. This bout is the finale the finale of their best of three series. The two competitors fill each other out, and the pace picks up with some fast-paced offense. Nathan Frazier goes for an avalanche hurricanrana, and Axum turns it into a powerbomb, but both performers land badly. Axum gains the upper hand. Nathan Frazier fires up with a super kick and suplex the masked man. He grounds Axum and locks in a two-legged Boston Crab. Axum gets a 2 count on the pin attempt. He hits a German suplex to the ropes and gets another 2 count on a diving crossbody. Nathan Frazier slams Axum head first into the floor. That was a brutal spot right there. Frazier hits a springboard dropkick. Axum catches a diving Frazier in a triangle choke, but he reaches the ropes. Axum dives onto Frazier on the outside. Frazier rallies, but Axum locks in another submission. Axum drills Nathan Frazier with a stiff shot to the face. They keep going back and forth, and Axum drills Nathan Frazier with a knee to the face. They trade pin attempts, and Nathan Frazier pins Axum for the win. The winner of the match, Nathan Frazier. This was a pretty good match. Okay, Axum and Frazier shake hands after the bout. Outside, Dragono is asked whether the headbutt was meant for Baker. Grayson Waller interrupts wearing some massive sunglasses. Dragono smearly challenged Waller to a match. Backstage, Valentina Frost asks Sanga to be in his corner tonight, and he agrees. Indy Hardwell says it's her ring tonight. In a promo, Apollo Crews vows to force his perspective on Grayson Waller. He has a vision, which shows a glimpse of Chucky in a graveyard. Okay. So we go to Indy Hardwell versus Valentina Frost with accompanied by Sanga. This was a you know quick match. Indy Hardwell takes control early on and Frost. Grounds Frost. Vera comes to ringside, talks to Sanga, and convinces the big man to leave with him. Hardwell wrenches Frost over her shoulder. Frost rallies and locks in an armbar, but Indy Hardwell escapes by slamming her to the mat. Frost locks in another armbar, but Hardwell reaches the ropes. She hits a meteor and a drop kick for a 2 count. Indy Hartwell slams Frost for the win. The winner of the match, Indy Hartwell. This was a quick match. Pretty Deadly appears on the platform in the arena, dressed like a stereotypical stereotype stereotypical American sports fans, and said they're to watch the number one contenders match. They say they're going to crack open a cold one, and during the match, the NXT Tag Team Champions try to do a cheerleader like chant for themselves. Backstage, Cora is asked whether she has picked Roxanne Perez opponent for next week, and knows that she has plenty of options. She says no one likes Perez. Mackenzie Mitchell says that on the contrary, on the contrary, Perez DMs are blowing up, and she's going to SmackDown on Friday. So I'm all for it. So we get the number one contenders match. Idris Infore and Malik Blade versus Josh Briggs and Brooke Jensen versus the Dot Rip Fowler and Jagger Red, accompanied by Joe Gracie. Um, this match was fine for what it was. This tag team match was fine for us. The Dot takes control, but Briggs and Jensen gain the upper hand. Briggs slams Fowler onto the apron. Blade takes Jensen down with a dropkick. Floor and Red overpower Blade and isolates him. And for a tags in and rallies Jensen, takes charge with a flurry of offense and throws Red out of the ring. Jensen dives onto everyone at ringside. Jensen takes several of his opponents down with a superplex slash powerbomb combination. Briggs it says, Briggs tags in and clears house. He drops Infrared with a diving clothesline and slams Ray to the mat. Briggs and Jensen are formally in control, and they double team Red. Blade fires up with a flurry of offense. He drops Jensen with a blockbuster. Infrared gets a 2 count with a diving elbow. Briggs clothesline Blade out of the ring. The match breaks down into chaos, and as bodies starts flying, Infrared dives onto the die at ringside, and Blade dives onto Briggs and Jensen. What's his name? Not Gay. I'm sorry. Gassi clotheslines Infrared at ringside. Cameron Grimes runs down to take him out. The distraction helps Infrared scores the 3 count on a roll up. The winner of the match, Ediris Infrared and for and Malik Blade. Okay, that tag team match was fine for what it was. So backstage, JC James says she's and Gigi Dillon should be the number one contenders for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Jay vows to get revenge on Alba Fyre. Um, Dillon says she's a Jane will talk through Fire in order to do so. in a vintage Kiana James is bossing people around. She's looking at a blueprint of Chase U and seemingly trying to buy and land that it's on. She says she's looking into many acquisitions. So we get Alba Fyre versus JC Jane, accompanied by Gigi Dillon. This was a squash match. An early distraction from Gigi Dillon helps Jane gain an early advantage. Alba Fyre rallies, but Jane drops her with a neck breaker. Alba Fyre dives onto the toxic attraction. Duel at ringside and hits the gory bomb for the win. The winner of the match, Alba Fyre. Alba Fyre is celebrated by the Garba, and she's blindsided by Sonya Deville. As you can see the thumbnail on my community section, you see the thumbnail. Dylan, Jane, and Sonya Deville gang up on Alba Fyre. Sonya Deville powerbombs Alba Fyre through the broadcast table. Alright. In a promo, Joey Gassi says he tried to help Cameron Grimes, and now that this attempt has failed, Cameron Grimes must face the full might of schemes by himself because no one will help him. Zoe Starks and Nakia Lyons discuss their quest for their NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Nakia Lyons compliments Zoe Stark's drive. Zoe Stark says Nakia Lyons is developing really fast. Nakia Lyons says that they're going to win the gold when they get a title shot. Backstage, Quincy Elliott is hanging out with Hank Waller and the security guards. Hank Waller wishes Quincy Elliott luck in his match against Xion Quinn next week. Let's move on. So we get Wesley versus Channing Stacks Lorenzo. This was a quick match. Stacks takes the fight to Wesley and aggressively targets his leg. He grounds the high flyer. Wesley rallies and hits a corkscrew dive for the win. The winner of the match, Wesley. That was a quick match. Trick Williams attacks Wesley after the match. Carmelo Hayes blindsides Wesley and overall Mensah makes the save. Wesley dives onto Trick Williams at ringside and stands tall with what's his name? I just said earlier. Or Oro Mensah. Alright, let's move on. Backstage, Sonya Deville is standing with Dylan and Jay. Sonya Deville knows that Mandy Rose is her best friend, so Mandy's girls are her girls too. She says, I'm afraid of abducting Mandy Rose was bound to have consequences. Sonya Deville says she'll be standing in the ring next week, waiting for Alba Fyre to face her. The Creed brothers and Ivy9 visit Roderick Strong at the hospital. Roderick Strong has a neck brace on and he's sitting in a wheelchair. The Creed says it's tough to see him like that. Roderick Strong apologizes for what has happened to Diamond Mine and says it's his fault. He tells the duel to win at Halloween Havoc, and Julia says he's sure the hospital will have a bed for him, but for Diamond Camp after he's done with him. Okay, so we get Thea Hall versus Kiana James. Squash match. Shortly after the match starts, Barbara Stone confronts Hall, Thea Hall, because she's upset she saved him last week. She gets physical with him again. James capitalizes on his distraction and hits the 401k for the win. The winner of the match, Kiana James. Squash match. So we go backstage. Tony D'Angelo, who is on crutches, confronts Stacks and scars him for his loss. He says he's have another match next week, but the Don of NXT will tell Lorenzo who his opponent will be. Von Wagner confronts Robert Stone and says it's time to get serious ahead of the ladder match at NXT Halloween Havoc. Stone apologizes and says it's time for Von Wagner to win a title. In an interview, Cameron Grimes says he doesn't trust anyone in NXT, but that doesn't apply to all of WWE. All right, so we get the main event of the evening. This is the main event of the evening. Okay, so we get Dragono versus Grayson Waller. This was a quick match. Dragunov controls the action and grounds Waller on early on. Waller rallies and takes control. He rocks Dragunov with a kick and maintains the advantage. Dragunov counters a suplex into a pin attempt. He drills Waller with stiff strikes. Waller flies up and hits a diving elbow drop for a 2 count. Dragunov keeps fighting and floors Waller with a clothesline. Waller locks in a sleeper hold, but the former NXT UK champion escapes. Waller leaves the ring in the spin, the wheel make a deal, start spinning. Freak out, Waller runs back into the ring. Dragunov suplex him a few times. Dragunov blasts Waller and pins him. The winner of the match, Dragunov. This was a quick match. Brownbreaker charged Dragunov and drops him with a spear. JD McDonald looks on from the crowd. And NXT goes off the air. But like I mentioned earlier, NXT was a pretty good show, in my opinion. That's all I got to say from here. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE NXT review and highlights, please like, share, and comment down below on what your thoughts on the video or what your thoughts on NXT tonight. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please, I'm begging of you, hit that subscribe button. Turn on post notifications when I premiere a brand new video or go live on YouTube. Go, like I mentioned earlier, go check out my WWE Raw review and highlights is up on the channel. And follow my social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok, and Twitch, and Discord down below in the description. And I will go live this Thursday on YouTube. So make sure you guys be on the lookout when I go live on Thursday on YouTube. Anyway, this your boy Big Boy Facts on TV. Have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will premiere my WWE NXT review and highlights at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. That's all I gotta say from here. Keep your crew, keep your kings. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang.